Hi everyone, Tommy from Kite Motorcycles here. Behind me is the R65 Brat build that we're about to start. So first stage is going to be start taking stuff off of it. So I'll show you the process, what I do, how I separate things, and then show you me taking it to bits really. Let's have a look what's going on. Okay, so here's the bike. Not touched it at all yet, not laid a spanner on her. She's on the lift, ready to get pumped up. We'll start taking all this superfluous stuff off at the front, seat, plastics, tank will come off. Then we'll start taking carbs and pieces off the engine and the exhaust. And the idea is that we've got a couple of boxes over here. So one box will be for all the parts that I will be reusing on the bike that are going back on. The other box is for all the bits that are not going back on, that's going back to the customer, so we can store that out the way nice and safe. Got some packing material to make sure nothing gets damaged or scratched. There's quite a lot of value in some of this old BM stuff, you know, clocks, etc. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll start the strip down and we'll show you various things. Okay, so here she is, as you can see. There's a lot less on there than there was this morning. Now I want to just say this is a really good bike. This has really not been messed around with, been looked after, it's clean, there's no hacking about of the loom. It's a really nice base to start with. So yeah, all the handlebars, switch gear, there are all the control cables, they've gone. Obviously where the ignition was housed, just above the yokes. Fuel tank, which is behind me. got all the cables up out of the way, airbox off, starter cover off. I've left the front cover for the moment. Obviously the engine's going to be coming out. We're going to take all the valve covers and the barrels off. The entire rear end subframe is gone. Exhaust system, again, that's completely off. And yeah, she's not completely stripped, but we're well on the way. So here's all the parts. So in this box is most of the stuff that is not going back on, and those parts of the exhaust system will not be going back on either, so they'll go back to the customer, along with the original fuel tank. Sorry, that won't be going back to the customer. That's staying as it is. I'll give it a nice polish and a compound so it looks really good, because there's a few probably hard to see in this light, but there's this light scratches, but it's very nice. Here's the entire rear subframe and seat assembly. Light indicators, plate, pannier brackets, lock. Again, super duper condition, really is clean. So the customer can have that back and follow it for a few pennies. These are the bits so far that are going to go to Aquablast. So these are all alloy, and they're going to end up silver to match the engine. These are all going to be silver as well. These could be silver, but they've normally got marks on them, as you can see. Not great, so I normally Aquablast those to get them suited really nice and clean, and then a black crackle or a grey crackle finish on those, which heat resistant, real nice. Yeah, sorry, so these bits are going to the Aquablasters. Got your airbox, your starter cover, and sump. Now I'll show you something on this sump. So this side, right hand side of the bike, not bad, bit dirty, pretty clean. Left hand side, ew, lots of wet oily residue. So these can leak out the sump gaskets. They just get a bit old and brittle. But the favourite one, as is the case with this bike, which is where all that oil's coming from, is the push rod seals. They're an absolute favourite on these bikes. They go fairly regular. I mean, it's a lot to ask. There's a lot of heat cycles going through that rubber. So yeah, easy enough job. Obviously all the barrels and the heads are coming off anyway, but just you know, I've done it before myself. You look at it and think, oh, there's oil on the sump gasket's leaking, and you replace it, and then actually it was never the damn sump gasket. It was the bleeding push rod tubes. And it's only leaking this side. This one looks pretty dry on the back, and the base gasket again looks nice and dry. Same here. So it's definitely, I would say, push rod seal. Yeah, you can see all the evidence of it running down. While I'm down here, some other good bits we found on this bike. Stainless steel engine mounts, fantastic. Judging by that gasket, that gearbox has definitely been rebuilt, I think. They can be a bit agricultural, these boxes, and a rebuild after some years of service is always good. You've got the Bosch starter, which personally I think is better than the Vallejo one. The powder coating, the quality of the powder coating on these parts is pretty good. This one's the timing chest cover. That's going to be aquablasted as well, so that'll be coming off tomorrow. Another favourite thing that goes on with these bikes, as you can see, is the threads for the exhaust nuts. Really common for these to get stripped off. This is the case on both of these cylinder heads. This is the worst one of the two. As you can see, not a lot to go on there. So what they do is they have this nice clever system with these two clamps, and that one's got, it's knurled, so you clamp that around the knackered thread, and then that pulls the split washer or seal, whatever you want to call it, into place. That's good. Powder coating on the wheels, said it's pretty nice. There's a couple of little marks, but certainly nothing that I would worry about having to have them redone again. I think they're pretty damn good. What else? Oh yeah, this is another favourite on the BMs. Always play in the gear shift rod. So I'm not sure yet, I haven't taken this out, whether or not this is a bushed one. But either way, we'll try and get a little bit of that slop out. It's not too bad, but we've had worse. Yeah, gearbox, engine, obviously that'll all be getting cleaned up. The loom is really, really good. So pleased with that. I don't, you know, all the original connectors are in there, decent nick, wrapped. Bit grubby here and there, but certainly nothing too scary. Front end, not touched it yet really, except for the bars and stuff. There's the other exhaust thread, better than the other one, but still pretty knackered. Just yeah, you can see, you know, all the connectors nice and clean. Bike was running well. It's got a Hagon shock on it. That's okay. I think we're changing it out for a YSS one. I think stainless. Yeah, I think you got stainless brake rod there on the clevis, and this has been cleaned up at some point as well. So yeah, all in all, she continues to prove herself a good machine. So yeah, keep following and you'll see the next stages.